Hello and welcome to the Drum Machine Learning Channel. In this crazy lockdown that we're in, I suggested that alongside some of the drumming learning videos that we've done, that I offer little learning videos on some other bits and pieces, some other skills that I have. I do lead drum machine, but also I kind of write and arrange for various different artists over the years and work in production. So I offered a kind of few different variations, and a few people have come back with songwriting as something they'd like to have a go at. I think for a lot of people, songwriting probably feels a little bit overwhelming, like it's a talent that you're born with. How do they write that? It's not. It's like anything else. It's a set of skills that you can cultivate, and if you practice that, and then they'll get better. So I think the thing to firstly start with is to know that as potential drummers and people certainly in drum machine, you've already got a big load of skills that you can transfer into songwriting. You're going to need some sort of musical instrument to create the music that you're going to put your song on top of. So this little video is done kind of assuming that people can make a bar chord shape on the guitars. So the most important thing, what brings out melody and what brings out lyrics, well, more melody, is repetition. Absolutely repetition. A lot of the drum machiners, they say that when they're in rehearsals and we get locked in a groove that just goes on and on and on and on and on, and they say that they start to hear melodies, they start to hear horn sections, or they start to hear voices, or they start to hear bells, or and I think that proves that our minds lock into repetition, and when we have that repetition, other things start to happen. So I'm going to base this around the chord of G, a bar chord of G, and just to keep it easy, there might be some squeaks like that, but we're going to go from G up to C. Okay, so it's just a dead simple progression, G to C. Okay, so don't think about melody yet or lyrics or anything like that. What you want is a good, constant bass kind of starting point for your melodies and rhythms of melodies to start to come out. And even then you need to keep that dead simple at first. So, where you begin is just pulsing. It might be good to do this to a click track just so you get a nice even rhythm, but no worries if not. So you're just going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. It's going to annoy the hell out of your friends and your neighbours, because you're just going to do this for ages. And let's remember, we're not trying to write, a top 10 single here. We're actually just trying to give people a voice and give people a platform to express themselves with song, which is a really powerful thing. So if you keep repeating that and repeating that and repeating that and repeating that and get comfortable with your playing of it over and over again, okay, and then once you've got that, I mean, it might even be worth doing it, recording it on your phone. Record that. And then you can leave the guitar alone or the keyboard alone, and then start to think about melodies. So what I would do, just for this video, just for stage 1, and we'll come back and do more later on, but just for this first one, 2 chords playing, 1, 2, 3, 4, change, 2, 3, 4, 1, right? And then once you've got that, just start messing around with melody. Just start to hum or whistle or sing random words. Doesn't really matter what they are at this stage. And what I would try to do at the early stages is, once you have a kind of melody that works, or you think that works, because that's all that matters, don't try to change it. Just repeat it and keep repeating it. And then in the next video, I'll show you what you can do by, like say, changing the third line of the melody so it sounds like it's going on a bit more of a journey, a bit more of an adventure, without changing the chords at all. So I'll just give you a pretty straightforward, I'm not going to sing any words, I'm just going to sing melody lines. but I'm going to keep them exactly the same, so you kind of get the idea of where you're heading with it. So you've got this 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. So this, I mean, I'm just making this up. Okay, so you get the idea. You just stay with the same melody. And remember, this is just for you. And when you've got that melody in your head, ba, 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 you could then maybe get a pen and paper out and start to write down some words that work, with that particular melody. Last night I spoke to or whatever, a friend of mine came round, or, it doesn't matter what it is. This is a really handy little book to get. I think there's a website as well, the same thing. Any word you can think of has got this gives you rhymes for it, which are maybe, sometimes you can get 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 syllable rhymes that come with the one word that you've got. Really good. Remember, your songs, the lyrics can be nonsense at the moment. The most important thing is the repetition. If you just keep repeating 2 chords, a melody will start to come to you eventually. Whistle it, hum it, sing it, do whatever you want to do with it. But get that to a point. And then just drop some words in over that and just have a mess around with that. And then, I'll do another one. So just a quick sort of taster of where it could go. You can change the melody and not the chords. So it just gives it a bit more life in that third line. Again, I'm just making this up as I'm going along. And you bring it back round and resolve it. Then you find different lyrics that bounce around. It is just about having fun and playing around with it and understanding that, McCartney and Lennon and all the great songwriters, they all started somewhere and they just started by having fun. Repetition is what triggers melody in your head. And then once you've got your melody and once you start getting confident about putting melody down, start whacking lyrics in there. And this is just a basic 2-chord thing, just G to C. You could go up to D. Once or twice. So just start messing around with it like that. Hope you enjoy this. Hope you get something out of it. And let me know what you think. Okay, thank you.